Good morning, everybody. My name's John and I'm back. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel, Musings of a Marine. Such as another day in Iloilo City on the outskirts in Jaro. And we're going to start this video off and we're going to call it Lucky Homes Subdivision, where our house is. And I'm showing a picture of this street, this house over there. They've got a Sorry store, and I failed to mention in my last video, that's like a little convenience store where you can pick up pop, beer, munchies, stuff like that. Now, the first two trips to Iloilo when I came here in 2002 and 2006, this road did not have any stripes or any designated lanes on it. As a matter of fact, half of it was cement that was smooth and the other half was all chewed up cement that you were afraid to even drive over. But all that has changed now. And they're even starting to widen this road to 4 lanes. And you want to know why? Because there's another SM City Mall going up a couple miles from here, maybe 3 miles. And it's really going to cause some development. And unfortunately, it's going to upset some people too, because they're going to get their homes and businesses taken away from them. But eminent domain reigns even here in the Philippines, and that's what's going to happen. So we're going to start over here. When you wait for a jeepney or a bus or something to take you into town, this was a common waiting area. It is covered in case it's raining. And so we have sat out here before waiting for a ride. But thankfully now that Baba has a scooter and we have a Jeep, we don't really need to do it much. Good morning. So we're going to walk into the subdivision, and I'd like to show you the sign for Lucky Homes. Looks like it could use a new sign, couldn't it? But most people who come here already know where this place is, so not very many people care what the sign looks like. But nonetheless, there it is. And since Filipino people are never in a hurry to fix things that aren't a big deal to them, it'll probably be like this the next time I come here. When we enter the subdivision into the most common entrance, we come across this beautiful big green home here. Obviously these people have money, because if this isn't the baddest ass Ranger you ever seen, I don't know what is. They call these wild tracks. And you can see you got the nice all-terrain wheels. This is the Santa Cruz version of it apparently. So you know me, I sell Fords for a living, so I had to show you this. Anyways, it's about 7:30 in the morning and we're just walking in, but a lot of people are up already. Morning.
Morning.
So I'm just saying hi to local people. Well, we're going to walk down this street here because Diana actually has relatives that live on this street. And I wanted to show you this sign too, because we're going to come across an indoor shooting range as well. So you're going to see houses here on this street. Some of them are going to look kind of nice, and some of them are going to look kind of old and rustic. Yeah, so such as it is, lots of vegetation and more housing here. You can see that other people have water tanks on top of their houses too. Anything to save money on the electricity for the wells, because electricity here is just as costly as it is in the United States. They don't have any coal plants here. They don't have hydro here. Nothing. All the coal is imported. For the coal plants. So they do have coal plants, but they don't have coal. And so anything that can help. And I'll tell you what, you want to meet a resourceful race of people, that would be the Philippines. So here's an empty lot over here, just full of vegetation. So you know, it's funny when people hear how much I love this country and you know, love staying with Di's family here. They wonder sometimes why. I mean, it looks impoverished, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. When you have to put barbed wire on your house and broken shards of glass on the on the walls just so people won't break in. Makes you wonder where the heck are you living at, but really this stuff's not necessary anymore. Now that they cleaned up the squatters, it's all right. Now I'm not 100% sure which house it is, but Diana has some relatives. Her cousin Marissa lives in one of these houses. As you can see, there's a picture of Jesus and the Blessed Mother, always represented around here since most of this country is Catholic, like myself. And of course, the most well-known beer in the Philippines right here is and ito ang beer means it's the beer. Like, this is the beer. So there you go. So we're gonna move on down here, down the street, and little kitty cat chilling out here. Yeah, he's not very skittish, I'm surprised. But I want to show you a couple houses, actually 3 of them as we're coming up here. Right here is my favorite house in the whole subdivision. Why? Because it's blue. My favorite color. This is owned by a doctor, and right now, this house, which is actually 2 houses, that's why you have 2 different separate gates on it, side-by-side duplex. And he wants to sell it for 6 million pesos, which is over $100,000. And with all due respect to the good doctor, good luck with that. People are leaving the subdivision, not coming to it. And so that's what you're running into. But it is a very, very pretty house. And then you can see this little doggy out here on the road here. It's a Shih Tzu. Shih Tzu is like the most common dog when it comes to house pets in this country. And Di and I haven't been previous owners of one. That's understandable. This house here is what we like to refer to as the old house. This is my in-laws' house. You can't look it up on Google Maps. For some reason it's blurred out and we don't even know why. But this house did not always look like this. As a matter of fact, when you come to the next house, this house over here is absolutely gorgeous. This house didn't look like this at all either, not that long ago. Both of these houses were old 1-story, kind of rundown houses that got damaged when the subdivision completely flooded 9 feet deep back in 2008 during a typhoon. And look how nice these houses are now. They were redone. It's almost silly to call this the old house because it got redone after our house was built. So it's not really old at all. It's actually newer than ours is. But it's absolutely beautiful. So these are the diamonds in the rough that I'm telling you about. You got these 2 wonderful houses here, and then this beautiful blue house here, and then cute dog here, and then you look at a house like this and think, oh my gosh, how old is this place? But that's what this neighborhood's like. But everybody's friendly. I walk by here, people don't even know me, don't know who I am, and they say good morning. I don't even say good morning to my neighbors next to me in Redford, Michigan most of the time. Good morning. And this is one of my wife's cousins right here in her house. Hello. And then we've got another few interesting places coming up. Some construction going on over here, looks like. Putting together another place. So they use the bamboo poles, you know, for the construction workers to stand on while they're working. And then after that, they use rebar and cinder blocks and cement to build these houses. They're not made out of plywood. They're not made out of, you know, any kind of wood or drywall. It is all cement, rebar, and cinder block. And check out this tree here. These are actually vines that grow from this tree and hang down this way. It's pretty wild looking. And then over here you've got the Iloilo Practical Shooting Association shooting range. So there is a place here where you can go fire off your guns. And then this house here, I actually know somebody who is from this area. His name is Noe Di Montano. He now lives in London, England, but this is his family's house. It is beautiful. It did not look anything like this the first time I came to this subdivision. And so it's just so crazy because now you've got a beautiful house like that, and then right next door to it, here's an open field of nothing. And then you go a little bit further down here, and again, an open field of nothing. There was a house inside of this mess here that was abandoned, and the squatters just shredded it, tore it apart, stole everything. And then lastly, we come around the corner here, and here's another empty lot for sale right next to our house. And this place is for sale, but who the heck would want it? There's not a lot of room there. And then here's the front of our house again, and what was once a royal blue gate with the horseshoes to represent the Indianapolis Colts is now a filthy mess that needs to be repainted. What happened was there was a lot of cracked cement down here, and as you can see now, there's no cracks to be found. It was redone, but in the process, the construction workers got our gate all filthy and it's starting to rust on the bottom. So this gate isn't even that old. We still have the old gate and it's already rusting on the bottom. So that's what happens. You got some places here, flower beds that are crumbling, but my sister-in-law Hilda assures me that this is going to get fixed eventually, because when you come upon an election year here in Iloilo, things get done. Pretty flowers here as well. So I just wanted to share this with everybody. You know, and just a final thing to say, you know, when you look at all of this here, and this doesn't look like exactly an upscale neighborhood that an American would be accustomed to. And people would say, well, why the heck would you want to live over there? Well, I wouldn't want to live in this subdivision. It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. But I do love the idea of living in this country. And it's because you can walk down the street and strangers say good morning to you. Everybody has a smile. You know, I don't care how much money my neighbors have. I don't care if there's a lot that looks like this next to our house. I don't have to look at it. I can stay inside our compound and not even worry about it. It doesn't even matter to me. Because I want people to understand one thing. There was a time in my life, the most formative years of my life, when I was a United States Marine serving in Okinawa, that this was actually quite normal to me. And I guess it's kind of a way to bring me back to it. To get back to what once was. And when I didn't realize it at the time, I was in the prime of my life. There's a coconut tree right here, if you're wondering. Pretty handy if you like coconuts, isn't it? So that's why this all matters to me, and that's why I am so glad to be back. And this is not where I would live if we retired. We have that condo now, and that's a video for another day when I show you what Mega World is all about and what our condo is like. Finally got to see it for the first time yesterday, which was awesome. And I'll let you go for now. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning into my channel, Musings of a Marine. Semper Fi, and God bless.